where the fuck is the queen? Oh,
Yeah,
where,
like we fought
where,
this war and she's not even here. Like we did all this shit for nothing.
where is queen? Where is queen?
Yeah.
Where
Like did
is
she just leave?
where? Like, I'm sure there's so many questions, and I'm sure John, being as noble as he is, Mister, I'm all about I'm all
I'm
about my
all about
word kind of
honor.
thing.
He's all about honor,
Honor.
just like Ned
He
Stark.
he admitted. I'm sure he told everyone like I killed the queen, so they arrested him. And I mean, Grey Worm. I'm surprised Grey Worm didn't like try to chop his head off or something because he was so now. Okay, Grey Worm. He's a pretty. He's a man that stands by his sword. He goes by the crown.
Hmm.
Grey Worm is just like a soldier that that goes by whatever the government tells him or the crown tells him. Because he needs, like you said, we need a king or we need a queen. Because I all I can do is follow orders. So because she's dead, he created treason, but he can't really do anything.
Well,
Because
but they don't know this, which is something I'm surprised they didn't bring up was the fact that technically John didn't really create treason because he's the true heir to the throne. So if anything, he's taking
nobody
his
knows that.
place.
Nobody
And I thought Varys, and Varys in the fifth episode before he died, wrote a letter saying that John is the true heir to the throne. So I'm surprised that
burnt.
nobody saw that letter.
He burned the letters. You did know he burned the letters, right?
No, about that, like Varys, typical Varys fashion, you would at least kept one and sent it out to like a raven or something.
Well, he was writing them, but he actually burned them towards the end, right before he got arrested by Grey Worm and his soldiers. So he wasn't able to send the letters out to the different kingdoms or to the different cities. He burnt it with his rings. The only people who know it are the people who know about who knew about the truth, which
Yeah, which is
is
well in this case Tyrion and the Starks
and the Starks, all the Starks though,
and Tyrion.
and Tyrion. But and of course Danny knew.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm talking about people that are alive.
people are alive. Yeah, but see, Jon Snow, he doesn't want. He they even said Tyrion said like, look, you're the true heir. You have you have you have first dibs to the throne. Then Danny does because you're the true heir.
Yeah,
You are heir. Unless if you're dead, then Danny can take control. But you can become the king. And because I guess Jon Snow cared about Danny so much, he said, "Look, I want her to be the queen." Because Danny was even like, "Look, even says that you're the true heir. Are you gonna go for it, or are you gonna let me be queen? Do you love me that much, or what's going on? You can be my king." And it's like, no, you're gonna be my queen, but I can't be your king because you're my auntie.
yeah,
So Danny was like, "Look, we can be king and queen," and Jon Snow was like, "No, auntie, we cannot be king and queen."
no, yeah. So I felt bad
That
for
way.
John because after now that he knows the truth, it's like I just like you can tell he wants to fuck her, but he's like I can't. Like you're my auntie.
Yeah, you're my auntie, who's only 3 years older than me.
But it's
That's a
like
hard.
but yes, that was my biggest complaint about the episode. It just felt like the last hour of Return of the King, where it's just like, all right, do we really need to see all this shit? Like you could have did like a montage. It was like really unnecessary. And then a lot of people had an issue with Bran being the king. Me personally, I really didn't have a problem with it. I just felt like it was random, like it just came out of nowhere.
I felt it was random, him being the king. But of course, the way Tyrion,
Wait. Sorry to cut you off, but like another thing too is that didn't Bran just say in the beginning of the season that he's no longer Bran Stark, but now all of a sudden he's Bran Stark again?
he's a three-eyed raven.
Yeah, but he said that he's not Bran Stark. But then when they made him king, all of a sudden he became Bran Stark again.
It's like I'm not Bran Stark. I'm the three-eyed raven. Hey, do you want to be a king? Oh yeah, I'm Bran Stark. I'm Bran Stark.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's what I came here for. That's
yeah,
why I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah. So I
Yeah, yeah.
came here
No,
for. You
what's
think
the
you think I
three-eyed raven?
came all the way? You think I came all the you think I came all this way for nothing?
Like, what crazy person calls himself the three-eyed raven? That's
Yeah,
stupid. I was just messing around. I'm really Bran Stark. Yeah,
I'm still Bran Stark.
I'm the guy who caught Jamie fucking his sister. That's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
that's me. That's me.
who the fuck is a three-eyed raven? No,
And
that's funny.
then Sansa was like, well, he can't be king because he can't bear children because he's paralyzed. And they never really addressed like how they're gonna solve that issue.
You did. They stated that the kings,
Well,
kings and queens won't be made by traditional reproduction or
so
something.
they're gonna have a democracy. They're gonna have elections.
Not a well, somewhat of a democracy. Well, no, no. He stated, so are we going to have a democracy? And he said, I think there was something mentioned about no, not a democracy. I think someone gets to choose. Someone with higher power gets to choose who gets to be the next king. I mean, even the Hand, Tyrion was nominated to be king. Even the queen or king's hand, you're a substitute king until the
Yeah,
prince.
the hand is kind of like the hand's kind of like the vice president.
Yeah, a vice president. So you become a king until the child is of age, right? A certain age, like what,
Yeah, see
16?
that was part of the problem with Ned Stark and Cersei because remember when Robert Baratheon died, Ned being Robert's hand, Ned was supposed to be the king, and Cersei wanted Joffrey to take over right now, even though Joffrey was still just a teenager. He wasn't of age yet. She was trying
Right,
to speed up the process.
right, exactly. Because Ned wasn't that old. He could still live. He could still live a
Yeah.
few years. He still got a lot of more years. But he was supposed to train. See, the whole point
Well,
was
see, the whole point was
Ned.
the thing wasn't so much like Ned was gonna. Yeah, the whole point was Ned was gonna be king forever. Just that Ned was supposed to be king until Joffrey becomes an adult.
He was
Yeah,
also supposed to train
yeah,
Joffrey into becoming a proper king.
yeah,
That was
exactly.
that's the hand's
Job.
the hand's job. It's a right hand man. That's what you call like the right hand man.
Hmm.
My trusted right hand. So that's his job, like to prep to prep the next king. With wisdom and strength. And Tyrion was a good hand, and he's a hand again. He's also the hand of he's a great hand. I think Tyrion's a great hand. I like the ending though. I like the ending where Tyrion now takes over his dad's in King's Landing, takes over his dad's chair as
Yeah, as
the
the head of the council.
and then Brent, what's his name? His friend who used to
Oh, Braun.
Braun. Braun comes in. I like seeing Braun again because I was wondering what happened to that guy.
Well, yeah,
So he comes.
that was funny too. Because at the end they were like, okay, we need money so we can rebuild the city, and then Braun's like, well, I'm just more interested in rebuilding all the brothels. I can give a fuck about the city. I just want to rebuild the brothels.
Yeah, because they fucking dragon burned all the brothels.
Yeah. So, fuck
Trust
the
me,
city. What
I
about
can
the
live,
brothels?
live longer when the brothels are rebuilt and
Yeah.
remodeled. Trust me,
Well,
that's
yeah.
what I fight. That's what he says. I only fight for two things: money, women.
Once we rebuild the brothels, then we can worry about the city. Let's rebuild the
That's
brothels first, then we can rebuild the city.
it's cool though. I mean, now you have like the round table, like King Arthur and his round table of trusted of uh, of people you can trust. These are
Yeah.
people that won't betray you, so they say, because you'll never know. Like nobody is really that good. People can always end up like betraying you at one point. there's no black and white in this. There's always this gray area. Like nobody's really good or bad in these series. Well, I love
Yeah,
it, man. I like it. I'm really. Are you sure that they're not doing a prequel? Because there's talks about the prequels now.
no, there were talks, but then the creators of the show said that they're not going to do a prequel. 'Cause like I said, they've
So they're
been
not.
hired now. Yeah, they've been hired now to do Star Wars episodes 10 through 12. So they're going to focus on that instead of doing a prequel.
But that's them. They might be hiring other writers and directors to do the
Well,
prequel.
yeah, okay. Well, they said they're not going to do it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, somebody else could. HBO could always have somebody else to do it, but for right now, from what I heard, it's kind of in the prequel is kind of like in a limbo. Like there's nothing really going on right now unless they find somebody else to kind of finish it off. But for the
I
moment,
think
it's kind of shelved.
because I've been going through a lot of reviews and news on YouTube, and there's a lot of talks about the prequels, and
Yeah, like I said,
and
there's talks, but at the moment, it's shelved. Like they're not putting it into production because, like I said, the creators of it, they're moving on to Star Wars.
that's for those creators. Those creators,
Yeah,
like I said,
and I
they're
said unless HBO hires somebody else to take over.
well. Here's another thing. Like HBO are losing a lot of subscribers now.
Well, that's every channel because I mean nobody really pays for cable.
No. The HBO app, they're losing a lot of subscribers because a lot of the subscribers are like Game of Thrones fans who only subscribe for the 1 month
Oh yeah,
free.
Game of Thrones. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm one of those fans who unsubscribed once I finished watching the last episode of the series. So there was a large number of people unsubscribing to the HBO app ever since the last episode of Game of Thrones. So now, I guess they're going to be. I just have this feeling that they're they're really building and working on the prequel.
all right, so okay, for the prequels here, this is what they said. This okay, first of all, originally they were going to do a spin off on Arya, but they canceled that. So Arya's not getting a spin off. But they did say that the the prequel they already they're shooting the pilot in June.
See,
So basically the pilot, yeah, but the pilot is just the pilot. So if the pilot does well, then they'll make a series. If not, then it'll get shelved again.
all right. So we're on it. We're on it. So they're going to be talking about the beginning and how the Mad King went mad when everyone was at peace at one point until
Yeah.
the Mad until the Mad King went. Do you think they're going to be using the same Jamie Lannister or a younger version of him that looks like him?
Well, nowadays they'll probably just use CGI, or they'll probably since it's HBO, they'll probably just get a younger actor.
Yeah, CGI it would cost a lot of money on their budget.
Even though I think if they could do a prequel, though, it shouldn't so much be on the Mad King. It should focus on I'd see how them expand more on how like the Night King was created.
Or how the Night King, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, with the Forest Children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, is there
All
anything
right.
else to talk about with Game of Thrones?
That should be it for now. But I just really quickly before we get go, how do you think the Game of Thrones writers? How do you think about them moving on to Star Wars and them writing episodes 10, 11, and 12?
I like it. And you know why? You know this is not going to please a lot of the fans. Maybe not.
Was it be
After
you think there's gonna be some incest in Star Wars now?
hasn't there already been?
Hey, there's a huge difference between making out with your sister and fucking your sister.